Shakira, y quédense aquí con nosotros porque vamos a hablar de cosas muy interesantes, lo más nuevo en la tecnología que nos sirve a nosotros, los agentes de bienes raíces, o a las personas que nos dedicamos un poquito a vender algo. ¿Tú qué vendes? Bueno, quédate aquí con nosotros, estamos en nuestra casa que es entremujeresradio.net. Tenemos grandes invitados. En un momentito llegará con nosotros Sandra Muñoz, que también es una blogger y ella es muy buena en todo esto que es marketing. Y también nuestro invitado, Eric Redleaf, que tengo el compromiso de hablar más inglés en este programa porque él solamente habla inglés, así que vamos a escuchar un programa bilingüe, pero vamos a hablar de temas interesantísimos en marketing. Estamos estrenando una cámara aquí en nuestra casa que es entremujeresradio.net, una cámara de 360 grados y con 3D, o sea, digital. Así que quédense para que vean los cambios que hacemos aquí en nuestra casa. Y este es nuestro programa Arizona, mi casa.
Marketing y redes sociales en Arizona, mi casa radio.
Okay, bueno, comenzamos en inglés to say good morning, Eric. How are you?
Good morning. I'm very good this morning.
We are happy to have you. I was saying in Spanish that we are going to be speaking about marketing and about innovation. What is this camera that we are showing? It's a 3D camera, 360 camera. Speak about it. What is it? Why? Or for what we can have this type of camera in our marketing materials or in our business?
Okay, well, virtual reality is the up-and-coming technology. Sort of creates a new channel for marketing, just as TV was a new channel after radio. And it's an alternative channel, so it's opening up a whole new market, really, in terms of marketing. There are lots of big companies getting involved, mostly focusing on games. That's why the more younger kids are familiar with the technology than adults. But by creating tours of real estate, you can have very realistic experiences of the home, much more so than just looking at the photos online. But the camera, I have probably the best camera out there for recording this content, and it creates visually very compelling experiences. And when you use the goggles, or I have a PlayStation, you would use that with the phone and hold it in there. You can look around the room and have a sense of the height of the ceilings, the size of the room, much more so than just when you look at a picture. You sort of have to figure that out by looking at the furniture and things that how big they are, to try to guess. But this is it's just how your brain works. It's much more intuitive. As you look around, you can understand the space.
Oh, this is amazing. This small box that you are seeing here is made of carton. Esta pequeñita cajita. Bueno, voy a tratar de traducir lo que nos explicó también, porque dijimos que es un programa bilingüe. Para las personas que nos están escuchando, él nos habla de una tecnología en la que podemos aparearla casi como nosotros vemos en nuestro cerebro. Nosotros vemos no 360 porque no podemos ver lo que está atrás, pero al menos 180 grados es la visión que tenemos nosotros como seres humanos. Pero nuestro cerebro trata de ver la profundidad, la altura, dónde esté el piso, y eso es lo que una cámara de 360 grados nos va a ayudar. Él nos explica también que este tipo de cámaras está como los jóvenes, nuestros niños, cuando están jugando los juegos de computadoras, es lo que están ellos manejando, están como más familiarizados con ellos. Esta tecnología, y si vemos la cámara, que en un momentito se las vamos a enseñar, esta cámara es la que usa el carrito de Google que camina por las calles y va tomando todas las casas, y que nosotros podemos entrar a esas páginas y ver esta casa, la otra casa que hay en ese vecindario. Esta tecnología se está implementando en bienes raíces para que las personas puedan ver mucho mejor y mucho más detalles en lo que es la presentación cuando vemos una casa. Así que esto es el marketing, esto es hacer la promoción a lo más avanzado de la tecnología. Eric, él hizo esta cajita, la patentó. Si ustedes se fijan, tiene los lentes. Es una cajita que podemos construir muy fácil, que saldría hasta más barato que estas otras cámaras. Entonces ponemos nuestro teléfono y en el teléfono viene ya el video de lo que podemos ir haciendo con esta cámara. Entonces, muy interesante la tecnología que él nos está presentando y que nos explica cómo podemos ver mejor las casas. Well, it's a very interesting topic. I'm just translate what you said briefly and adding some stuff. But what is the name of this? I said that you patented this.
Trademark.
Mm-hmm.
It's trademarked by Sphere View. It's printed here.
Mm-hmm.
Sphere View. It says TM, but it's now registered. It took 2 years to get it registered. But that's sort of what I call the whole platform. My whole marketing platform is called Sphere View also.
Mm-hmm. So, Sphere View. Virtual reality viewer.
Yeah. And one of the things that by including these kind of tours on Zillow, our team, I wanted to say, I have the team's Augmented Realty group at HomeSmart, and Martha's on the team. It's a large team of high-performing realtors.
Yeah.
And by using the technology, we're able to get a lot more views on Zillow, like 10 times as many views as the average house. So, and I have a large data background, so I help the team with their more technical aspects of marketing, so that we can get, if you get a listing, it gets more exposure, sells faster.
Meaning, if we have one of our viewers that is thinking in selling a house, will be the same thing when you just take pictures with your cell phone, or we take pictures with this technology? Even though there is some phones now that offer the 3D or a panel view, what will be stepping ahead of those type of marketing materials from us, that we are creating the biggest team in HomeSmart, and we are creating all of these in a 3D and 360 view?
Yes. So, well, one thing that our team does differently, because I've been doing this for over 3 years, almost 4 years, doing the special VR. I've been in real estate longer, but just specializing in this technology. It's knowing what to do with the technology more than just having the pictures. Like, anyone could take pictures of a home, but some people will know, I'm going to post these pictures to Facebook, I'm going to create a website using these pictures, I'm going to do, it's knowing what to do with it. So this is it's a whole new channel. So if you hire a photographer that's capable of taking the pictures, or your phone becomes capable, you still don't really know what to do with it. That's where, our experience comes in.
Makes a difference.
We're taking advantage of the technology.
Eric, tell us the story about when you have this technology, you record a very luxury home. I remember you told me that story, and you sent just these lenses. The client, it was in Washington or something in another state. The piece of cartoon arrives. He folded and create these lenses, and he can see our house here in Arizona, and you sold that house.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, that's pretty much the
a brief
story.
Explanation. Yeah.
I mean, my original thinking for the product, especially, we have a high-end console-based system, was to target luxury properties.
Exactly.
And especially out of state, and they would then, we'd send them just the regular listings, and they'd identify the houses we'd like, and then we'd go out and create the tours that are compatible with the hardware we've already given them to use. So we could create the tours, and they don't have to fly out here to see the homes. They can narrow it down, so when they do come, they don't need
They just come to sign the documents.
Yeah, well,
kind of. Yeah.
You still have to go to the house to hear it and to smell and
of course,
whatever. But there may be some investing funds that would that buy houses sight unseen, that this would be an improvement to what they're doing.
Exactly.
We haven't really approached them. A big target for the team right now, we want to approach home builders because they can offer, to use our team to help market the homes they're selling.
Exactly.
Because we could create, there's a lot of good content on the architectural side that's compatible with the viewers. And they're also the tours can be converted into contents to work with 3D printers, so we could create models of the home, physical models, which is useful for builders.
That is great. Well, we have to go to a small segment where we take a sip of our coffee. We are going to get back. I'm going to say something in Spanish. Bueno, mis amigos, vamos a tratar de traducir. Quiero aprovechar más todo nuestro tiempo en tomar toda la información que Eric está compartiendo con nosotros, pero les voy a traducir en el siguiente segmento. Regresamos después de una pausa.
Estás escuchando Arizona, mi casa. En un momento continuamos.
¿Necesita comprar su casa? No dude en llamar a la experta en bienes raíces, Martha Navarro, quien desde el año 2000 ha abierto las puertas a miles de familias que ya cuentan con su casa. El servicio y la experiencia de Martha Navarro le ayudan a realizar su sueño americano. Compra y venta de propiedades llamando al 623-341-6345 y en arizonamicasa.com. Martha Navarro le proporciona el metal más valioso, la llave de su casa. 623-341-6345.
Lo mejor de la radio en internet. Entre Mujeres Radio. ¿Te gustaría tener tu programa de radio? Desarrolla tu propio estilo bajo la asesoría y experiencia del equipo de profesionales de JJ Publicidad, con más de 27 años de experiencia. Entre Mujeres Radio, la plataforma de internet para lograr tu sueño de ser una conductora profesional. Contáctanos en www.entremujeresradio.net. Entre Mujeres Radio, radio que se ve. Estamos de vuelta con usted en Arizona, mi casa.
De regreso aquí en Arizona, mi casa, y veamos cómo esta cámara ya que les estamos mostrando, que va a ser parte aquí de nuestro trabajo muchas veces en el programa de Arizona, mi casa. Eric, you can install it, no worries. I'm going to translate, yeah. And, es mostrarles a ustedes la emoción que tenemos alianzas, que de nuestra casa en entremujeresradio.net está haciendo tremendos cambios con más cámaras, con calidad de sonido, con traerles lo máximo en tecnología. Y como lo decíamos en el segmento anterior y hablábamos en inglés, Eric nos está compartiendo esta tecnología que hace que ustedes que están pensando en vender su casa vean por qué es importante con quién van a firmar ese contrato. ¿Por qué? Porque a su casa, sea pequeñita, sea grande, esté en cualquier domicilio aquí en nuestra casa en Arizona, vamos a ir hasta tu casa a tomar este tipo de videos, a ver cómo las vamos a promover. Pero no nomás es tomar el video que podemos tener en una cámara como la del teléfono, que son muy buenas cámaras, o las cámaras que tenemos más grandes, más pequeñas. No solamente es eso, él se ha dado la tarea de ver cómo podemos promoverla en ciertos canales que tú que quieres vender tu casa vas a poder tener más vistas, vas a poder venderla mejor, vas a poder llegar a más público que vea tu casa. Esto nos amplía muchísimo nuestro trabajo y nos pone al frente de todos los demás. Así que yo te invito que tomes mi teléfono, de verdad, que me des una llamadita y que veas la capacidad que tenemos de vender tu casa, la promoción extra que vamos a hacer. Esto no es gratis, les digo, no es barato tampoco, pero estamos comprometidos a llevar lo mejor a la venta de nuestros servicios. Así que vean, esta cámara va a estar ya aquí al frente también, vamos a estar grabando. Eric, is that installed now?
It's installed. It's actually,
and we are recording.
It's recording, so we'll have a clip to play later.
Wow.
It has streaming, but we couldn't get it working this morning.
Yeah, this is amazing. This is like the Google car, no?
It's almost the exact same.
That one is like a little bit bigger. It's in the
bigger.
top of the car, but it's taking like all the street view. In this case, we are taking the salon here and the radio that we are, and it's recording what we are saying.
Yes.
Wow. Well, then we are here in our house. This is entremujeresradio.net. This is my show, which is Arizona Mi Casa, and we have Eric with Augmented Realty Group that is the biggest and largest and the newest, what else? in
best.
Technology, and the best team in HomeSmart. We both are realtors with HomeSmart, and we are so happy to have this like in a live recording. We are in radio. This show is in Spanish, but today are doing it in English, and we are promoting it also in all the social media channels. I was showing the public this, which is like a very easy, seems easy, but takes time. I remember when I was in elementary school and the teachers asked us to create a cube or a pyramid or something. It was like, oh, I cannot hold it. But this is created for helping us to send to our clients and to see the lenses are here, and they can see the 3D and 360 view of the houses.
Yes.
But you said not only that, we are doing an extra step, not only recording, but creating more challenge to promote the listings of the houses.
Yes, more channels, because the this type of content is a new channel. You don't watch it on a TV. You watch it on a new device. Although cell phones aren't new, but it's consumed in a little bit different way than movies or TV.
Mm-hmm.
The movie studios are working on it, and the theme parks are trying to figure out how to integrate the technology into rides and things. But it's evolving very quickly. That's why, like, this camera is brand new. I got it up at the Consumer Electronics Show just this January, so it's the newest.
It's the newest model.
It's the newest technology, and like the movie studios are trying to figure out how to tell a story when you have the whole 360 view to look. You can't just know that the viewers are looking at you when you're speaking. If it's a framed shot, they're looking at you, but here they might be looking back at
the other pictures
at the other
and
things
our
in
producer.
the room. They're just exploring, thinking about it. So if we use video to show homes, which we sometimes do, although the still pictures work well because you can move around them, so they feel more like videos even though they're still. But if you do a video, then I tend to want the realtors like guiding, like they're guiding a person through the home. They would leave the camera in one spot and walk around and point out things as if the buyer were looking around.
Yeah, we can see all the details. Like it's so detailed that we can see like a crack in the tile in the kitchen, or if it's dirty somewhere in the bathroom, all the details.
Yes, and that's one of the things that it makes it a little more difficult for the homeowners when they're getting their house photo ready.
Exactly.
It has to be really good because there's no hiding stuff.
Well, but what a fixer-upper, we will show what you have to fix it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
but there's comfort for the buyers because they know, oh, you're not hiding anything from them. They can see that, well, the whole room's in view. They can see it's not like you took the choice pictures.
Yeah, I got what it's saying.
And then when they come to the house, so when they come to the house after seeing one of our tours, it's like they've previewed it already. It's like a second showing by the time someone wants to actually go to a house.
Yeah, and you will be surprised if you are a realtor and you will see in our team the views that we have just as soon as we upload it in the internet, in this case in Zillow. Zillow is giving me a report saying that my video, my listing is or has been seen 1,509 times, more than any other in the business, which is amazing.
Yeah, and that's after very quickly.
Yeah, in the few hours that you upload it.
Yeah.
Because nowadays the people like to see more details. I remember in 2000 when I started as a realtor, we didn't take the pictures. MLS took them. MLS took just the front, and that's it. You have to show the inside, and sometimes there was a lot of surprises inside. I remember cats, smelling, all of these things. Now we can take more pictures. MLS is allowing us to take more pictures or use this type of technology. And that's what we are doing the difference right now in the business with this team.
Yes. Because
we are going ahead and we are promoting our listings and we are selling it faster. A lot of things playing in the game or selling a house, like the price, if you stage your house and all of these things. But if we have at least this one, we can work with the other things. Yeah. And promote our listings and get it sold sooner. Then you have to call us.
Yes.
Yeah. You have to hire us to sell your house. We do this like a radio show that today we are doing in English, but we do it in Spanish and English, or we can do it in other languages. I'm very open to have more friends in this table and share their experiences in the marketing, because marketing is amazing. And Eric, you are not only a realtor, you are an engineer.
Yeah, I'm a computer engineer, computer science.
See, that's amazing.
Engineering.
I like that.
Yeah, and I've been doing, like, previous to my working in real estate, I was doing custom software for a hedge fund, analyzing stock market data. So my background's in lots of data, and there's lots of real estate data. So I figure out what needs to be done from the data, what needs to be done to get seen, to get good exposure.
That's it. That's the word, exposure.
Yeah.
Yes. Then if you have at home, do you think that there is this already in the market? I saw it in the stores.
Yes.
I saw these and another samples of these type of toys in China. When I traveled to China, I have some pictures. And like this one, the phone goes here.
Yes.
And you just apply the video and you put it there, and you go just moving your head around the tour of the house.
Yes.
Do you think that how many kids has toys like this? A lot of houses has this.
There are a fair number of, Google's been promoting this, and the headsets are not expensive.
No.
And they're so they'll be pretty common in homes. I know. But the thing is, when people received it, like Google sent out headsets with the New York Times a couple years ago already.
Oh, okay.
They sent out to every subscriber, because the New York Times was trying to stay ahead of the curve and have some stories, news stories, that they can play on
their own
on the headsets, and they sent out I don't know how many it was a large number, but and some people kept them and some people threw them out because they don't know what to do with them. So so the trick is getting people familiar enough to actually use it, because the content is very compelling.
Then it comes with a question for me is, when we have recorded all of this video in a house, that doesn't mean that my client needs to have this to view it.
Right.
That's important, because maybe sometimes they no, I don't have that. Right.
So there are two ways to view. Or you can view it on a PC. We have it on Facebook. Our team's Facebook page will post stuff. It's also the link. If you go to the same link that plays in the viewers, it'll come up on the screen on your computer or on your tablet or on your phone, and you can just pan across the video with the mouse or
with your
just
finger,
with your finger on a tablet.
And
it also uses the gyroscope in a phone or tablet, so you can look around. You just hold it, look up and down, turn around, and the image moves. So that's almost like using the headset, because the image moves with you. It's very easy to access that way. That's probably the most popular way for people to access the tours. Our tours right now is on a tablet, because it's quite compelling, and they have it with them, and it's convenient.
Everybody has a cell phone.
And
They just need to follow us, Martha Navarro, or you can look in our team, which is the Augmented Team Realty Group. It's a team in Home Smart.
I think it's Top Team AZ is
Top Team AZ in the Facebook.
As Facebook name.
And you can see all the tours that we are promoting, because those are amazing. We have to take a space in the show to get a sip of coffee. We are coming back.
Estás escuchando Arizona, mi casa. En un momento continuamos.
¿Necesita comprar su casa? No dude en llamar a la experta en bienes raíces, Martha Navarro, quien desde el año 2000 ha abierto las puertas a miles de familias que ya cuentan con su casa. El servicio y la experiencia de Martha Navarro le ayudan a realizar su sueño americano. Compra y venta de propiedades llamando al 623-341-6345 y en arizonamicasa.com. Martha Navarro le proporciona el metal más valioso, la llave de su casa. 623-341-6345.
Lo mejor de la radio en internet. Entre Mujeres Radio. Estamos de vuelta con usted en Arizona, mi casa. Estamos de vuelta con usted en Arizona, mi casa.
Ya estamos de regreso aquí en Arizona, mi casa, conectándonos y desconectándonos, jugando con la nueva tecnología. Ya está con nosotros Sandra Muñoz. ¿Cómo estás, Sandra? Muy buenos días.
Muy bien, gracias por invitarme otra vez, Marta. ¿Cómo estás?
Excelente, estoy fascinada. Te vamos a enamorar con la tecnología que traemos hoy.
Ay, qué bueno, me encanta la tecnología.
¿Ya conoces esto?
Sí.
Ok.
Virtual reality.
Hemos estado haciendo todo el programa en inglés, ¿cómo ves?
Oh,
Are you ready?
I'm so ready. Let's do this.
Sandra, Eric.
Hi, Eric. Nice to meet you.
Okay, Eric brought us this. You see our new camera?
Oh, is this at the 360 view? Oh my God, that's awesome. So what have you guys been doing with it?
Oh, we record a lot of videos for selling our houses.
Yes, absolutely.
Sandra is a blogger, a big blogger. Have you been in the car, a Google car?
I haven't been in the Google car yet, but I was in the E400 Cabriolet, which is a Mercedes convertible. So it's pretty good. It's a $100,000 car. I'll stick with that one.
Oh, okay. Okay, but you speak about technology in your blog,
Yes,
and you speak about all of those
absolutely.
things, then that's the perfect scenario today to take pictures and blog about it.
Yes, absolutely.
And what do you have for us today to share?
What do I have for us today to share? Well, there's many things that we can do. You guys are talking about, obviously this was a big hit in Las Vegas in the CES conference. There was a new movie. Actually, I would like to invite everybody who's out there and listening to us. If you want to go to Mill Avenue, there have the new movie by Steven Spielberg, which is and it talks about that the world collapses and the only way to escape is by virtual reality, which has its pros and its cons, obviously, but he goes into this gaming mode. So if your kids like that Xbox or gamers, this is a great movie, and they're bringing the car that was kind of like that Back to the Future car. I don't know. Some people know about it. It's an old movie.
No, we are
But,
very young.
okay, yes, we're very young. We're Justin Bieber from here and that. But yeah, so that's a great segment for this because this is coming and it's hot in the market and it's coming fast.
Yeah, and he created this.
You did. So what is that?
Okay.
This viewer works with, like that one, with your cell phone, but I designed it specifically for real estate.
Oh,
so
awesome.
you can print different labels to market your different homes and use text codes to get to the tours.
Oh, that's
then you
awesome.
put your phone in place and you just look at it, and it's just.
Oh, cool.
People's
Kind of like,
eyes are
yes, that is
spaced
so
differently.
very, very cool. It's
Similar.
different.
And similar
Yes,
to that. And I had designed it different from Google's version. I kept it open on the bottom so you could get to the phone if the phone rings or something. You can get to it more easily.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
It's easier to send it to our clients
And
than this.
Yes,
which is-
absolutely. And then that's expensive
Exactly.
too. It's
This
not-
toy is not expensive, but
How much is
sending
this
it-
toy?
Sometimes it's $15,
Yeah.
$15, 20, maybe
15 or
30.
Oh, really? The whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
wow.
very
Yeah, you put your phone here,
Uh-huh.
and then you can see, without my
Oh,
case,
okay.
but you can see all the virtual tours and stuff. We are about to show one. Is that right, Javier? Do we have it ready? Oh, no? Not yet? Okay. Okay. Where we can just show our audience about these videos that shows the 360 and how
Oh my
deep
God,
and
yes,
or the
they're
details
amazing.
that we
Uh-huh.
can see. But yeah, this is something that we want to speak about today, how he's creating all of this technology and serving the real estate and promoting our business,
So
innovation.
What's interesting about it is when you're doing it, you really feel like you're there. It's the feeling more so than what you're seeing because it moves with you. So when you're looking at a room, it feels like you're standing in the room instead of just looking at pictures of the room.
Right.
And
yes.
and when you're going from room to room in a house, you can almost feel like you're walking through it. So when you can, I designed it originally for out of town people, so they could, feel like they know which homes they want to see once they come into town, when people that are moving here.
And what would
and
be
it's-
great too is that the fact that I've noticed on your videos that you are showing the neighborhood. So it's so much better because you're taking a walk through the neighborhood, which you normally don't, because you get out of the car, we get into the house, we look it over, and then people normally what they do, not a lot of people, I would say maybe like 2% of the people will get and walk around the neighborhood. Most of them
Exactly.
get back in their car
And go.
and leave, or just I'm gonna take a little stroll in the car, like you're stalking the neighborhood, versus really enjoying. Because if I'm gonna buy a house, I want to see what I'm going to enjoy, and this allows you to bring that feeling, and it gives you that emotions. Oh my God, that's a cedar tree. Oh my God, that's a park. Oh, I can picture. So it's visualization. I can see the kids playing there. I can see myself walking in the dog, or I can see myself exercising. Not really, but I can see myself. But in my mind, I still can see myself. Doing these day-to-day activities. I can see that I will be joyful living in this area, because that's a big investment, and you're going to have an investment for a while. I mean, it's not like unless you flip that house real fast, you're going to stay there for a while. So it brings all those pleasures, the site and to your home. So that is, it's technology is fascinating.
You write a lot into cars and the technology that the cars are promoting these days. Cars with internet, radio, and all of these, and the cars that drive that by themselves. Have you been in those too?
I haven't been in the automated cars, but I did see them at CES. One of the things, for example, like I say, I was mentioning the E400. The E400 is a $100,000 car.
Wow.
But you know that the car gives you, you can program it to give you a massage while you're driving.
Oh, I like that.
So you can do a lumbar massage, you can do, a subtle massage. So there's a reason this car is very expensive besides the, the technology. Another thing is that, most of these high luxury cars have what's called ambient lighting. So see how they play with your vision, your sense. So ambient lighting, so the car, when it's gets darker, will have these lights that come out around the car. They're called ambient lighting, and you can change the colors. Like in the Mercedes, I changed it to pink.
Wow.
And it was so cool when you have the cabrio open. But that was unique to me. So I thought, well, I'm rolling in something that's totally unique in a pink convertible. Why does it give us? It's the same thing. When you have a converter, it gives you that sense of joy, of openness. So that's the same thing that we, those are little things that the manufacturers know there's going to bring more pleasure to us. The brake lights, when you have the brake light, the tail lights, there's Swarovski crystals in them.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they're full of Swarovski crystals. So when you brake, if you go pan at night, it's just it's spectacular to see it.
Wow.
I think also to the fact that the car is more automated, so basically it's electric. So that helps you when you obviously when you just have so passengers can get in and out because it's a coupe. So there's some reasons why everything is the way it's designed to feel, because we also want to feel what's the experience in the vehicle that I'm going to get. And I think that's the same thing that where technology is leading us. What I love about automation and what I like about virtual reality, let's talk about some benefits, would be for those who are disabled. You have a client who is in a wheelchair bound, or a family member who has some kind of elderly, maybe the parents are elderly. This is a great way for them, this is a great way for them to also be shown to be in part of this journey that you're going to be buying a house, or some of the cars will allow some of these people who are disabled. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
It's live TV. What can I say, guys? When I am doing something, everyone wants to talk to me.
Promoting.
Yes, promoting. So it brings, it's going to bring that sense of being able to go up north on an automated car for maybe somebody who suffers mild seizures.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to, obviously, we're not still there. We still have to make the roads, obviously, more, a smart city per se. But we're moving in that direction, and I think that's a wonderful feel that many people that I take for granted that I can walk and I can run and I can enjoy things, and other people can't. So now it's a way of them being able to get out there and also live life to its fullest extent, like everybody should.
Wow. See, we are a great team in this table. Sandra, you are spectacular in all the adjectives. I love that.
Oh my goodness, thank you. I'm going to come more often here because I like it.
You will.
Okay.
You will, because you are putting more words in what we're trying to describe about this technology. I love to have you here. We are going to take a little bit of a pause. Is that right, Javier? Mm-hmm. To keep playing with this technology. Please come back. Stay with us.
Estás escuchando Arizona, mi casa. En un momento continuamos.
¿Necesita comprar su casa? No dude en llamar a la experta en bienes raíces, Martha Navarro, quien desde el año 2000 ha abierto las puertas a miles de familias que ya cuentan con su casa. El servicio y la experiencia de Martha Navarro le ayudan a realizar su sueño americano. Compra y venta de propiedades llamando al 623-341-6345 y en arizonamicasa.com. Martha Navarro le proporciona el el metal más valioso, la llave de su casa. 623-341-6345.
Lo mejor de la radio en internet. Entre Mujeres Radio.
Hola, somos Julissa Tomison
y Araceli Duarte.
Te invitamos a escuchar nuestro programa Creciendo Juntas.
Un espacio lleno de entrevistas, información, recursos para tu desarrollo personal.
Conéctate este y todos los martes a las 12 del mediodía.
Aquí por entremujeresradio.net.
¿Necesita comprar su casa? No dude en llamar a la experta en bienes raíces, Martha Navarro, quien desde el año 2000 ha abierto las puertas a miles de familias que ya cuentan con su casa. El servicio y la experiencia de Martha Navarro le ayudan a realizar su sueño americano. Compra y venta de propiedades llamando al 623-341-6345 y en arizonamicasa.com. Martha Navarro le proporciona el metal más valioso, la llave de su casa. 623-341-6345.
Lo mejor de la radio en internet. Entre Mujeres Radio.
Hola, somos Julissa Tomison
y Araceli Duarte.
Te invitamos a escuchar nuestro programa Creciendo Juntas.
Un espacio lleno de entrevistas, información, recursos para tu desarrollo personal.
Conéctate este y todos los martes a las 12 del mediodía.
Aquí por entremujeresradio.net.
Estamos de vuelta con usted en Arizona, mi casa.
Okay, we are back. This is our show. This is originally a Spanish show, but today you are challenging me.
Yes, she's venturing into the bilingual market, which is fantastic. I'm so proud of you. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's a huge step for her. So, yes, you are.
But let me tell you that Eric met me when I had a presentation at the top producers agents in Home Smart, and I did it in English. And this past week, another presentation about video in front of how many were there? Maybe 500 English-speaking only agents.
Oh, wow.
And I was there speaking about video. I was so happy. And I Google Play with Google Word, but it was amazing.
Oh, that's so cool.
I feel more confident about speaking English. I know that I have a strong accent, but I know that even an English-speaking audience can notice and see that I'm ahead. I'm trying to get the best for my business.
You are very.
And doing like these videos, and hopefully we can do more business with the English-speaking audience or bilingual. That's okay.
Yes, and I was going to mention something that, how reality is so, how technology is so important. So some of the new cars too, on the mirror that that you see, obviously if you don't
Going
crash,
back.
but a lot of people want to retouch. It's very important tool. So if you, you can also, they have a little slide. It turns into a camera. Basically you're going to see that I'm going to be able to see what my blind side can't see, so it turns into this camera, so it's almost like a 360 that I can see. And also on the top you have that 360 bird eye view where it's actually telling me when I'm putting in reverse, telling me exactly, even like describing the location like if it's a virtual reality map, so I can be known that I'm not going to hit anything or anybody. So yes, technology is coming a long way. Mercedes is launching in, I think, in 2 more years. They're going to have, because in the Mercedes, in the some of the cars, it's like your dashboard is kind of smaller in normal cars. This one is very long. I was really impressed. It's like putting 2 iPad tablets together. So it's really long. So when you look at it, it's all digital, and you're like, that's just like, when you see it, it's impressive. But now when I look at a map, it's going to be 3D. So basically it's going to really show you how tall the building is, where you're going to be. So it's going to be somewhat easier to navigate, because sometimes, you arrived and you're like, well, which building? Sometimes it gets confusing if they're not marked correctly. So now I'm going to see, oh, that huge building is a Lures Tower. Okay, gotcha. That's where I'm supposed to pull in. So yes, and this is coming at us fast, because some of the things that I saw at the show are coming out at us in 2020.
Look at that. We are showing you.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
That
Your 360
video,
view.
The 360 view that Eric just recorded this week with one of my listings. And see how easy. This is just with the computer, a desk computer that is showing you. And we can go bedroom to bedroom, like walking. It is a house.
You experience the house and its potential.
So that's the same view that appears on a tablet or in the viewer. The difference is it sends the signal to both eyes. Instead of having the panels on the left, you just have a full screen that you feel like you're in the room, and you navigate it by when you look down just a little bit, a menu pops up. And you can just look.
What is a menu?
It'll just be like a little menu thing that you look at, and when you hold your gaze on the menu, all the rooms pop up, so you can then go to different rooms.
Okay, that's perfect. Now, in this technology, what I see, if I'm like, okay, I fell in love with the house, but all of a sudden I'm like, typical homebuyer, I don't like that blue. Is there any way to change the colors or schematically, or is that coming?
That's coming. That's more. That's why our name's Augmented Realty Group. That's more augmented reality. We say realty because it's a play on word. It's a play on the word. Yeah. But the augmented realty is when you change things instead of just presenting virtual realities. Either just a live recording or a recording of reality or a made-up reality. Augmented uses the real space and blends in things that aren't there, like changing the paint colors or adding furniture to an empty room.
That would be, fantastic. Can you imagine? 'Cause I can furnish my house and the colors, and that would be more viable for me to buy it. I mean, we saw like Instagram has 2 new features. One that you can swipe up, and it will take you to a page, or now you can actually click and takes you to the store so you can shop.
Oh yeah.
So that would
be kind of that.
So you have that kind of like, I can see not the listing and the details, or it will take me directly to like a lender to call the agent. Oh, that is so cool. So where would that be? Because we're seeing on the
this
screen.
House is in 32nd Street and in Thomas.
Near Thomas.
Thomas is 3214 East Yale Street in Phoenix, Arizona. If you just type our name or the address of the property, we can see the virtual tour. It's getting a lot of views.
Yes.
Yeah.
And right now it's just on Zillow.
Exactly. We are promoting this.
Doing it as coming soon.
Yeah.
Available to see.
Yeah. Then for the realtors, all of these views will be leading to a sale.
Exactly, because this is making a consumer saying, okay, what if I'm going to wake up, to go at 9 o'clock in the morning to the other side of town to go see this house, there's a reason. So now you're like, okay, now I really want to see it, in person, because it can be, so what do we call it becomes more tangible. So I saw it, then it becomes more tangible, and I can see and touch and what I just have envisioned. And sometimes visions stay with us a long time, as we know, because an image, that's why it's so the power of the image. Because once an image stays, our brain, if it is in our liking, our brain will keep it, store it. So anything else will just become, if you see maybe the color shade, will remind you of that vision, that image that you just have programmed to your brain to keep it. So this is amazing. It's so awesome.
Tell us more about you.
Tell me more about you.
Because we are about to close.
You're about to close.
I need you to promote your business.
Oh, okay. So you guys can please find me at Latina. Can we put it on the screen?
Yeah,
Latinaology.com is my blog. There you go. You can please Facebook me and follow me on Instagram as well. I have so many things to do. Just cover NASCAR. Where else would I have been? I went with Lexus to Los Cedros. I have to take you to the most.
You have to.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my God, he's already pushing it. I got to interview the king of the racetrack in Mexico. The other thing is that I have some tickets for your audience. Okay, so if you guys, there's a called Muscle Kings, which is custom cars. They're coming next weekend. So I have 4 tickets. So if your audience wants them, call the station, call Martha, and we will make sure that you go. There are 4 tickets at the value of $150.
Wow!
So if you want to see, those custom cars, very expensive custom cars, you will be able to see them. And that's what's going on in my world. I just came back for another trip, and what I'm really excited is that just so many opportunities are coming about. And
we need
really
to invite
excited.
her to our party.
Yeah, I love to
Yes.
party, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, we are
Yes,
gonna be doing a
having
party.
2 parties.
Oh, 2
Oh
parties.
my
Parties,
goodness.
so
Okay, cool.
you know,
Put it in your
one-
agenda. Tell us about it. It's
So-
because it's a marketing also, but it's
So- Awesome.
a very nice
so
experience.
we're having a party. It actually one of my listings in Scottsdale that's been been coming soon to the market because it's been
Promoted.
remodeled, the kitchen. So I have the 362, but I left out the kitchen because it's sort of an unveiling event. But we're going to have a lot of showcasing. It's sort of a meet the team party, and we're going to have a lot of the technology that we use there for people to play with. Some of it set up as a family event, because so we'll be playing games using our the same technology we use for real estate, set up for some fun activities. And then at the other part, that's going to be on the 6th,
April the
April
6th.
6th, in the late afternoon, early evening. And then we have a daytime one that's in Desert Mountain. It's really far from where we are right now.
Yeah, a little bit.
But it's a really nice area. More traditional open house, fancier, like wine and cheese party.
Oh, awesome. Those are my kind of parties.
Also to meet,
Yes.
also just to meet the team and see some of the technology. Some of it's the new stuff, the augmented
It's improved.
reality stuff.
Yeah, so you can touch it,
that has
feel
like
it,
a
see
clear-
it, test it, and that's it makes it better because we can,
So-
like, describe it. We can put a video, but once you start, touching things, they become easier. And also, too, a lot of people are apprehensive because we hated like when the iPhone came out, right? We're like, what is that? It's so expensive. Now we can't live without it. So I think it gives anybody, even because you're going to be your consumers, real estate agents, or whoever comes to the
Exactly.
party.
Right.
They're going to be able to touch and feel and actually play with the with it themselves, so they can see the value that it has. I think that everything that we bring out has a value, and that's, again, like I
Yeah.
said, not only it's a great way for selling point, but I think at the same time, again, it's a great value for those who cannot. You're giving the opportunity to somebody who cannot come to a house.
No, and we are taking all the houses. It's not important how big or small or the price that the house has, because we want to be available for everybody. In our team, we have realtors all over the valley, and all of them are taking advantage of this technology because we really, really want to sell those properties and do the best for our clients. And it's amazing how we are going ahead. And how we are changing and improving our business with this technology. Yeah, amazing.
You had mentioned the car event you have. We have a team. One of our team members is a big
He's into the
car
cars.
Oh, really?
enthusiast,
Okay.
and we've done a couple homes where we featured homes with special garages. So we have a 6-car garage with
Yes.
a lift, and then I did a tour of a home that had a 18-car
Garage. Yes.
And I just so I've been talking to him about doing an event where for the car enthusiasts, where they can just tour all the all the garages.
Yes,
where we'll
and it's important. I have a friend who owns, he loved Acuras of a certain era, and he has 5 now. I think he's just got his, and his house is based on that space of that garage.
Yeah.
So yeah, for those, I mean, if that's what you're into, that's all has to be, the garage. Some people are more into the views because they want those spectacular views.
Yeah.
Some people couldn't care about the views. It's all the view that you're going to have in the car. Because also too, some people have collectibles, and those are expensive. It's the same thing for like horses. Like I was telling you about Los Cedros. Los Cedros has one stallion is $4 million. That's what the one horse is valued at. So some people want that, especially like in Scottsdale or North Scottsdale, or Lavinia, starting to be more like the ranch style homes, the cowboy life. They want the property to be able to expand so they can accommodate what their price position is the horse. Many people live in a tiny little house, and you see all this because what's
The
valuable
value
is a
in the
horse.
Yes.
So that's it. Just depends on the perception or what the person is looking at.
And you just mentioned something else extra, the smart city
Mm-hmm.
that we are going to have in Buckeye.
You are?
Yeah, because Bill Gates bought a land.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do you remember? Yeah. Then we are very close. My office is in Goodyear, and we are promoting very, very hard Buckeye, because of the closest that you are going to be buying right now, the cheapest, because the smart city is going to be next door,
Mm-hmm.
and it's amazing. I'm really thrilled to wait for that, and happy to be there, very close to Goodyear and Buckeye. Yeah.
And also, Buckeye is perfect. So if you have a boat,
Mm-hmm.
I know they have a lot of rent storages, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a boat and I don't want to go to Cali and bring it back, I can just make a pit stop in Buckeye and leave my boat there. Like a lot of people leave it, but up by like Mead, up by what's it called?
In the line, in the border?
No, they leave it up north where Lake Mead is, which is Lake Powell.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of, you're going to see a lot of storages for boats. So if you see it, we're 2 minutes. So you can now do it in Buckeye. That's not a value for the city of
that's
Buckeye.
the time for buying cheap and then selling in a high price. And
Yes.
invest in Buckeye.
Invest. Don't buy shoes, buy buildings.
Good. That's a special message for the ladies.
Yes, do not buy shoes or clothes, buy buildings. Invest.
Okay, well, the time is over. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Sandra.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you
me.
of our audience. Our show is going to be recorded for you to replay and replay. And this is Martha Navarro. I'm a real estate agent with Home Smart. Thank you.
Martha Navarro Realtor presentó Arizona Mi Casa. Gracias por escucharnos. Escucha la repetición de este programa en nuestras diferentes redes sociales. Arizona Mi Casa. ¿Te gustaría tener tu programa de radio? Desarrolla tu propio estilo bajo la asesoría y experiencia del equipo de profesionales de JJ Publicidad, con más de 27 años de experiencia. Entre Mujeres Radio, la plataforma de internet para lograr tu sueño de ser una conductora profesional. Contáctanos en www.entremujeresradio.net. Entre Mujeres Radio, radio que se ve.